Jai Shri Krishna to all. Welcome to Path to Anandam Gita series. Freedom from pains and miseries to happy, healthy and peaceful life. Everyone's dream, everyone's wish. And Gita offers us all. So this session and this series are based on Srimad Bhagavad Gita, my question and God's answers, and 108 mantras to awaken your soul. And pranam to Guruji for his blessings. Hariharji Maharaj, thank you very much for coming in my life and blessing us all, motivating to start Path to Anandam and spreading this message, the Bhagavad Gita's message, through the books, through the Zoom, through the webinars, giving live sessions to organizations and high-profile people also, like CEOs, vice presidents in many different type of industries, to connect the body, mind, and soul. Being myself as a medical, scientific researcher, whatever you want to call it, but based on my experiences, coaching many people, based on the Bhagavad Gita's teachings, and being a part of the Kurukshetra University, all is blessed by Hariharji Maharaj Guruji. I'm Satya Kalra, your host and founder of Path to Anandam. And today's session, action or renunciation. What a beautiful question. We all get confused about it. And we are blessed with this session today. And in this session, we will be discussing, I will be mainly speaking on chapter 5, Gita verses 1, 2, and actually it goes all the way to 10 and covered many different areas, but the mainly focus is on the 1, 2, and 10, whether the path to action should be taken or renunciation. What is true renunciation? And what and how to renunciate? And what benefits would I get out of by doing it? And then question comes, our homework comes. Am I renunciate yogi, karma yogi? So my sankalpa, our sankalpa for this week is, I may renunciate karma yogi and I practice karma yoga. So practices, meditation, question and answers at the end. So thank you very much for joining. And we start with our prayers. Being a Arjun, because it's not Arjun's questions and issues, it's all of our questions. Many times we are up and down, kabhi hero to kabhi zero. So Arjuna was not the only one who became zero from hero, but we become zero many times. And we pray to Lord Krishna to give us the guidance very humbly and surrender to him. Karpanye dosho pahat svabhava paschami tvam dharma samura cheta yachrasyani nishchitam bruyatan me shishyaste aham shadimam tvam prapanyam shishyaste aham shadimam tvam prapanyam shishyaste aham shadimam tvam prapanyam. My heart is overpowered by the weakness of pity. I have lost all my composure and my mind is confused about my duty. What is my dharma? What is my karma? I am requesting you to tell me what is definitely good for me. I am your disciple. I surrender to you. Please instruct me. And similar questions we will be discussing further on this one, but starting with very first question of Arjun, where he become fear of death, fear of losing family members, fear of killing near and dear ones, so confused due because of the attachment, worry, I-ness and minus. Mera, 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 mere, mere, mere. How to go beyond it? Because under these vishads, Arjuna said, I will not fight the battle of life. Na jotasyuti gobindam. He become like a ziddi. I will not perform my duty. But he asked the advice to Lord Krishna. And merciful God, Lord Krishna blessed him, recognized that he become aware that he cannot do it anymore. But he was so honest. Arjuna was so honest. He analyzed himself and he said, Na jotasati gobindam. But guide me what is best for me, what is good for me. I cannot think straight anymore. So please advise me. And then Arjuna start listening, start following his advice. And then he understood Lord Krishna's message and said, Karishye vachanam tav. He came out of Vishad, and with the blessing of Lord Krishna, he got the prasad in the form of Bhagavad Gita. And he said, I will do as you advise. So that prasad was not just for Arjun, but that's for all of us. Where we become the student like Arjun. That's the only requirement, that become a student. And Lord Krishna's guidance are always there. So Lord Krishna poured his blessing, his love in the form of Bhagavad Gita, which transformed Arjuna step by step. So that's why Hariharji Maharaj used to say it's a step-by-step spiritual instruction manual to operate our life righteously. It teaches us how to become a true sannyasi, get freedom from karmic bondage, acquire self-knowledge, and attain the ultimate freedom, moksha, liberation, eternal happiness, peace, anandam, while living in this world, not at the time of death or beyond it, while we are living here. And also realize our true nature, who we are. Still, Lord Krishna kept guiding Arjuna. And Arjuna continued to say it, Na jotasiti gobinda. Because he was still confused, not willing to do his duty. And Lord Krishna started him with Sankhya Yoga, that you are Atma, you are not the body. Body is temporary. Atma is permanent. You are the part of Paramatma. But Arjuna could not understand that because he was a Kshatriya. He cannot understand that language because this is the first time he heard. So Lord Krishna, again, with his mercy, he started him what Arjun could understand. And he started him with karma yoga, art of work. Still Arjun could not understand. Then he started him with Gyan Karma Sanyās Yoga, chapter 4, giving him the wisdom how to perform your action. And still Arjun could not understand. So now, starting in chapter 5, he's telling him Karma Sanyās Yoga. Do karma, but do it with the bhava of renunciation. So you don't have to divert yourself. If you don't understand Atma Paramatma, no, koi baat nahi. Now, Lord Krishna blessed him with 574 verses just to convince Arjun, just to convince and take every layer of his ignorance. Finally, Arjun reached to his essence at the end. But Lord Krishna had to work so hard to convince him. So in summary, he tells him about karma yoga, that convert every karma, the action you do, into dharma. And he tried to take him step by step. He gave him all the ingredients to perform his dharma. So this is called ingredients and recipes, how to do it. So what are the ingredients? And very first time he tells him, Karmanye vadika raste ma phaleshu kadachan. Ma karma phal hute. Must not be lazy. Let it go. Focus on your karma, not on the fruit of karma. Do the selfless action. Neki kar kuwe mein dal. But it must be for the sarva bhutite rata. But you must know how to perform it. Put your best effort, not be lazy. Be calm mind, equanimous. Yoga karmesu koshlam. Buddhi yukto jahatiye ubhe sukrat dushkrata. Tasmad yoga yogasya yoga karmesu koshlam. Then he tells him that how you will do it. You have to be equanimous, calm-minded, sthit pragya, but must put love and compassion. And renunciation of personal gain. Here now we are getting into renunciation, not the work itself. Renunciation. Do your best and let go. So he focuses, he tells him to do the selfless seva. And the benefit, it's not that you just do the seva, you will get the benefits. You will gain ultimate freedom from miseries. So one who works with calm mind and best of his abilities, without personal motives and agenda, and for the benefit of others, for all, gets freedom from bondage of karmas, miseries, and misfortune. Thus he attains everlasting happiness, peace, anandam, satchitananda. But how? Do your action with the seva bhav. Seva will give you meva. And the what kind of seva? Selfless action, as we discuss. Then your karma will become karma yoga. You will be performing your duty without your personal gain, personal interest. You will feel so satisfied by doing it. And once you feel satisfied, you will develop the attitude of surrender and gain the wisdom in due course of time, which is called self-knowledge. And you become karma yogi, and then you are free from bondage. And when you are free, you enjoy your good health also, happiness in this world. You will live in peace. And that is the purpose of life, and you will attain it. And you will experience self-purification, self-transformation, and ultimately, who am I? Self-realization. I am nothing but a Satchit Ananda. So Arjuna understood the purpose of life, but he is still confused. But the purpose of life he understood by self-purification, transformation, and then realizing that this is the purpose of my life, to go beyond this life, birth and death, and merge with Supreme Soul, go to Param Dham. That's why we always say, Sato ma satgamya, tamso ma jyotirgamya, mrityur mam amritam gamya. So God, lead me from untruth to truth, from darkness to light, from death to immortality, to attain the peace, 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 to supreme peace, by removing tamso ma jyotirgamya, ignorance, removing the ignorance. And instead of thinking the death, we are beyond the death and birth cycle, we go above that. But even though he understood the purpose of life, he is still asked the question. In beginning of, as he did ask the very first question here, if you think that path of self-knowledge is better than path of action, why are you using me to do such a horrible act? Because Lord Krishna continued to motivate him in one way or other toward performing his duty and get engaged in this divine holy war, Kurukshetra. But Lord Krishna also says that Gyan, you must have that wisdom. But Arjun misunderstood. He thought Lord Krishna is telling him Gyan Yoga is the best, only thing, and not the Karma Yoga. That's where he puts this question in front of him and asks him, why this war? Why not this? So he says, you are confusing me, my mind. So tell me, what is the best for me? He's again asking him, what is the best for me? Like he asked in verse 207, Shishyastam Shadimam Tvam Prapanyam. And again he asked him this question. First you praise renunciation of action, because Lord Krishna is saying renounce the action, renunciation of the action, not the action, but renunciation of the action means sanyās yoga, which is also interchangeable for the self-knowledge or the transcendental knowledge, or I am body. I'm not the body, I'm the Atma. And then you recommend the path of action, karma yoga. So please tell me clearly which one of two is more beneficiary for self-realization for me, because purpose of my life is self-realization. So there is a difference between the first question when Lord Arjun asked. He says, whether should I do the karma yoga or should I go the path of Gyan yoga, just the knowledge. But here he asked, which one is better? Is this a selfless action? Karma yoga is better, or the renunciation of action is better? he's still confused a little bit. Whether he's confused or he continues to sidetrack Lord Krishna and bring him back that he wants to go to do the beyond and not do the perform the action, but just do the meditation, run away and go to Himalayas. Here is a one point we have to note, which applies to all of us. Whenever we don't want to do something and we are being convinced, we try to bring that point over and over. This is a psychological game. I'm bringing my point over and over because that's what my mind wants. So even though I'm hearing other things, good advices and all that, but I am hooked on to my own idea. And Guruji always said, go beyond it. Jahan latke, wahan bhatke. So don't get stuck on your ideas. And Arjun was stuck here. And that's what he keep bringing Lord Krishna's attention back and trying to convince him and asking him, which one is best for me? Because he's kind of torn between two things. One thing, he does not want to perform his action, his duty. The other thing, now he understands the purpose of life, that he has to go beyond it. So now he is again saying, what is beneficiary for me? This is the third time he's telling Lord Krishna. So Lord Krishna again pours his mercy on him. And then he tells him, action yoga versus sanyās yoga, the difference. And he tells him that sanyase karma yogasya nishre sakra bhuvo tayostu karma sanyasa a karma yoga vishrate. The Supreme Lord said, the path of renunciation and the path of action both lead to the supreme bliss, Satchit Anand. However, out of these two paths, karma yoga is superior to the path of renunciation. Why? Because karma yoga is the first step, pehli seedhi hai, seva. That's why it is considered to be superior than sannyas yoga, because sannyas yoga is very difficult. Do lot of meditation, lot of self-analysis, self-purification path, self-transformation path, and self-realization, which is the best, but it is difficult path. You have to constantly working on it. But if you work on the seva, then it becomes easier, because we work anyhow. So Lord Krishna says both paths lead to union with self-realization. But knowing Arjuna's aptitude, because Arjuna is Kshatriya, he is a Raisik person. Though he has a Satvik also, but the Raisik, he dominates, the Raisikness dominates in him. He is a Kshatriya. So therefore he tells him that for you, performing your duty is the superior. And most of us are in this world. So this applies to all of us. And here also, Chinmay Swamiji also says that both renunciation of action and the performance of action lead to nirvana, liberation. But these performances of action is superior to renunciation of action. The action of today becomes the destiny of tomorrow. This is so important to remember. Whatever action we do today, it will become our destiny. Whatever thoughts, whatever speech, all lead to our action. And then action leads to our habit. Habit leads to our destiny. And destiny is kismat, bondage or freedom. So the choice is ours. So what is true renunciation? What is tyaga? What is karma sanyās yoga? Because we get confused about sanyās. Whenever we hear the word sanyās, we think sanyās means running away from home, go to ashrams, and that's the only place we can perform our and achieve our purpose of life. Because ashrams are meant for that. But here it says true renunciation is renouncing egoism, hypocrisy, not denial of work and word existence. Here, again, do everything you do, but not with ego. So do everything what we need to do, but not with ego, not with lust, not with greed, not with because jealousy, because somebody has said it and now I'm going to show that person that I'm better than you, but with love, compassion, humility, and devotion. This is the Gita Sar, how to perform our karma. So renunciation is not rejecting the family, not running away from grasta ashram, but accepting the whole world as our family. Vasudeva Kutumbakam. Renunciation is not changing the name of dress, name or dress. It is changing the attitude toward life. So, Ramnaji again said, sannyasa is only the renunciation of the I thought and not the rejection of the external objects, where it means we do not run away from the things, but or the duties, but we do it with the bhava of renunciation, not with ego. So who to attain liberation from bondage and how? So who qualifies to attain this? And Lord Krishna says, Yog Yukto Vishuddhi Datma means self-purified person who has a purity of heart. Vijya Atma Jitendriya, who has a control on the body, mind, and senses. Here we have shown it before. Here is the body and the senses and mind and intellect, and ultimately the Atma, Paramatma, soul, all needs to be controlled and merged with Atma. And then Sarva Bhute Atma Kurvanti na lipte, sees God in all. Yomam Pashatti Sarvat. You know, this is a beautiful verse in Gita in chapter 6:30. Those people qualified because they do not get affected with cause and effect, action and reaction, and not bound by karma. Though they are engaged, they are karma yogi. But how to practice all this is easy said, but how to practice? And Lord Krishna again, mercifully, he explains so well in next few verses here. Seeing, hearing, touching, these are the things we do all the time, automatically, automatic responses. We smell, we eat, we walk, we sleep, we breathe, we speak, we go to restroom, bathrooms, opening and closing our eyes. These are the auto reactions in our body. All these senses are working regardless whether we want them or not. But Lord Krishna says, what should we do about them? And he said, tap, inka tap karo, tyag karo. And then how, and these are my favorite ones, and these are the so many people's favorite one because they apply to everybody. That how we speak, anudvekaram vakyam satyam parhitam cha, swadhyaya abhyasnam, vanmayi tapuchyate. We have to do the tappa of our vani. We have to tappa of our body. Dev dvij guru pragya pujanam. We have to use our body for worshipping, for seva. Guru pragya pujanam. Shocham arjvam. For self-purification. Swadhyaya abhyasnam. Self-analysis. And this is called Sharir tap uchyate. Sharir ka tap hai ye. And then he says, do apne mind ka tap karna hai. Man prasadam somatvam monam atma vinigraha. Bhav shuddhiritya tapo manasam uchyate. How to do it? Bhav shuddhir. This is what we are talking about, the bhav shuddhir. How to do the bhav shuddhir? With love and compassion and seva, good thoughts. Because thoughts will make us our destiny, bondage, or freedom. And have the detachment with all the activities, worldly act, whatever we do. Detachment does not mean we don't do the activities. We do it with the bhava of, like Arjuna. You do it for the sake of establishing the righteousness. So this applies to both sannyasi and karma yogi, because no matter what action, whether karma yogi does or sannyasi does, they have to live in the consciousness of supreme power. And they have to use their energy, all of their energy, which operates this body, the divine energy, toward sarva bhutite rata, like Vasudev Kutumbakam. This is the motto of India right now, of many leaders. So offer all to God. So why? Because all is done by supreme power, by divine energy. And here, whether it's a karma yogi, he has to do it, or whether it's a sannyasi and he's doing the meditation, still they both have to do it. Then they both have to be Brahma Arpanam. We talked about that. Everything is, our life is like a Brahma Arpanam. Every ahuti has to be to seva. So who is a true sannyasi? Who na dveshti na kanshati, neither likes nor dislikes. Nirdvando, who is beyond pair of opposites, likes and dislikes. Nirdvando nitsatvasto. Lord Krishna gives this very first instructions to Arjuna. And then, Brahmanadhyaya karmani sangav takta karoti. Yar lipte napsa papen. Padam patra mivavsa. Action with no doership attitude. Renunciation of the fruit of action. Again, summarizing it. Perform all his action as offering to God. Like he says, then sannyasi is, when it performs these actions, these are the prerequisitions to become a sannyasi. So when he performs these actions, he is not touched by any cause and effect, any bondage, any reaction. So he is beyond the karmic reaction, just as the lotus flower, lotus leaf is never wet by the water, though it is drawing everything from the muddy water. Sukh, dukh, this is what we are, but we have to live like a kamalka flower, lotus flower. Take everything from this world, which could be sometimes kabhi khushi, kabhi gum. But this external world, another name for external world is muddy. Mrityu mein sansar. So from that, we have to smile and not be affected like leaf of lotus, though they get the water, rain, everything, but nothing sticks there. Similarly, we have to live like that and be calm and equanimous. So what are the hallmarks of karma yogi and sannyasi? Basically, they both are enlightened people. So they are free from anger, greed, attachment, ego, fear, worries, jealousy, free from sorrows and pleasures, free from loss and gains, and fully satisfied, very balanced life. Basically, they are free from all. So they're fully qualified to experience true love, peace, anandam, satchit ananda in their life. So in summary, karma yoga versus sannyas yoga, because both lead to liberation. So what is the difference? Lord Krishna says it is an easier path. Why? Because we do actions anyhow. That's our nature. So why not? Whatever we do it for sarva bhuti tirata, rather than for selfish. Do the selfless service. And it is also, it's like a freeway. You can reach there easily. While the sannyas yoga, it's a difficult road because it has a lot of ups and downs, even as we all experience when we sit for meditation, how many things disturbs us. And when we commit ourselves that I will not do this and I will do this, and we have to do a lot of practice on this one. But the one thing for sure, we both have to live in the self-consciousness, means God's consciousness. Self-consciousness, what are the things I need to improve upon? Swadhyaya Abhyasanam, but the God's consciousness. And karma yoga, and both are connection to God, but the karma yoga is through selfless service, and this one is through inner self, through meditation. Here I put it here, sannyasi, 8 steps sannyasi Patanjali's yoga. That's then they realize Satchitanand. But karma yoga, one difference we have to know, karma yoga wears any type of clothes, no limitations. But sannyasis, they have their specific requirements, like the orange color or white color, like Jainis wear white, Sanatan Dharmis wear orange most of the time. Some even wear black, like, or also nuns, they wear black. Karma yogi could live anywhere, as long as he practice love all, serve all, because he is karma yogi. But sannyasi, they live in ashrams, they have organizations where to, because ashrams are meant for their self-purification, seva. So with selfless service, karma yoga, one becomes karma yogi by doing selfless service, and their mind gets balanced. They become to the equanimity, sit pragya, and then they experience, they get freedom from bondage, attain the self-knowledge and due course of time that I am no different than supreme power. I am God. So they experience eternal happiness, peace, anandam, attain the purpose of life. Satchit Anand. And here are the karma yogi, Arjun, Raja Janak, Swami Chidanandji. Now you look at them. Now Swami Chidanandji, Vivekanandji was very big on meditation, but at the same time he was engaged in establishing hospitals, educational organizations, a lot of selfless service. And similarly, Ma Amriteshwari does the same thing. So sannyas does not mean only meditation and living in the bliss and just 24 hours, though many sannyasis do that. And they, like, you go to Kailash Mansarovar and you have see people, they are 400 years old living, because they are living in this bliss. They are totally purified, but at the same time living in this world like we belong somewhere here. So we are more on the karma yoga, but the karma yoga means do your best. Yat karoshi yad asnasi yajhosi dadasi yat yat tapasvi konte tat kurushma darpanam. Lord Krishna says it's so simple. Whatever you eat, whatever you do, whatever tyaga you do, charity, whatever, just do it for my sake, for the benefit of all. Then you are doing the karma yoga and bhakti yoga, practicing both. And do your best and let go. Sarv dharman paritajya mamekam sharanam braj. Aham tvam sarpapebhyo mokshashyami mahite. I will take care of you. Don't worry about it. So love all, serve all. Help ever, hurt never. This is basically the summary. The Satya Sai Babaji put it in so well. So by practicing all this, which we already spoke about it, self-purification, self-transformation, self-realization. So this Arjuna's questions right here, whether I should be karma yogi, should I do the karma, or should I go to the path of sannyasa? And Lord Krishna says, no, you are sannyasi in the terms of performing your actions. So make your life as a havan kund, and every ahuti you give as a karma yogi. Then you will become a true sannyasi, no difference. And then you will go beyond birth and death. So continuous practice, 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 morning to evening, which I have talked about many times, that start your day with reading Bhagavad Gita or Om mantra, and then take care of your body, and then practice one thing at a time and evaluate. In the evening, this is called Swadhyaya Pyasana, and then meditate, contemplate, and pray to God for his blessings. Thank you, God, for taking me through this day and help me to surrender you. So our homework is be aware and ask yourself the questions. What do I need to renounce? My ego part? Kam, krodh, lobh, moh, ahankar, jealousy, resentment. Which are the voices I have to work on? What do I need to let go? What do I need to do the tyaga? Which tyaga I need to do? So what action I must do? How do I eat? How do I see? How do I hear? Because asking questions is not that I'm doubting myself. These are for my self-improvement, taking me to higher and higher. So this is my favorite poem. Renunciation is, what is renunciation? End of the day, tyaga, just let go. Because here, beautiful quote, renunciation is not about pushing something away. It is about letting go. It is facing the fact that certain things cause us pain, miseries, and they cause other people pain because of us. Renunciation is a commitment to let go of things that create suffering. It is the intention to stop hurting ourselves and others. So letting go, letting go. And here, Gita, 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 Gita means you start saying Gita, Gita, and it tells you Tyag, Gita, 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 Tyag, Tyag, Tyag. It automatically starts coming to Tyag. So Tyaga of I-ness and my-ness, of attachment to external worldly material things versus internal focus. Tyaga of attachment to body, related objects, but focus on our soul, related objects, and types of 5 vices. Tyaga. Tyaga of anger and jealousy. Tyaga of anger and jealousy. I-ness and my-ness. Again, Swamiji's favorite one. Go beyond I-ness and my-ness. tyaga of selfishness and tyaga of doership, that I am the doer. This is the whole difference between sanyās yoga and karma yoga. Here Lord Krishna says, karma, when you become karma yogi and sannyasi is the same, because you do the action, but do the action without doership. So, and then the benefit, no more duty, no more do's and no more don'ts, no more papas and punyas, no more cause and effect, freedom from all. And this is what it says so beautifully here. Jiski mati और गति सत्य की हो, उसका रथ आज भी श्री कृष्ण भगवान जी चलाते हैं. So purity of heart, when we have that, Lord Krishna is our becomes our charioteer and takes the rath of our life forward. So our sankalpa, I am renunciate, I am karma yogi, because both are same. And then we experience happy, healthy, and peaceful life and experience ultimate goal of life. And here it says beautifully, the secret of happy life lies in renunciation. Renunciation is life, today, tomorrow, and forever. So our sankalpa, prabhavan, sankalpa prabhav, sankalp not for the worldly thing, but sankalp for the self-salvation. Then by little, we reach to our destination. Shanai Shanai Uppar Med Buddha Agrati Gaita. But the condition is Atma Sansam Mana Kratvana Kinchita Pichintya. We should live in the consciousness of supreme power. So thank you very much for attending action or renunciation. Happy, healthy, and peaceful life.